Y'all guys don't remember these maps like I do, okay? From the absolutely nostalgic sound of the horn right when you spawn in on Tranzit, to sliding down the building to hit the mystery box in Die Rise, to even things that I totally forgot about that I wish they had in Zombies nowadays. Nothing short of like actual legitimate true innovation was involved when making these maps. And they absolutely changed the game for Zombies in the future. But everything, and I mean everything, has its price. So here I am, and here you are, in your mid-20s, booting up Tranzit on Plutonium for the first time in nearly 10 years. And you're just like flooded with this feeling. The music in the loading sequence, the spawn-in horn, the little details that I forgot about, like how you spawn in with the zombies for the first time ever, and I think the only time ever. They don't move around until you shoot or until you sprint, so knifing is okay. You find these parts on the ground, and you find a crafting table, and you call it that because you just got off of Minecraft back in the day to play this. Find the parts, build the turbine, open the door, and there it is. Your journey awaits. And who could forget? And here you have Die Rise. You spawn in on the top of the map, and you have two choices. Work your way down the elevator, just go down to the bottom of the map and work your way up, or you stay up top and work your way down. From the upside down mystery box to the whole key system and mattresses on the ground to break your fall. I mean, come on, you can't argue the literal fact that this is true innovation. And who could forget? Why were Die Rise and Tranzit so good? And why do these maps hold up to the test of time? Here's the thing, right? They don't. But if you play it after 10 years, you'll feel a little something. But both you and I can't deny that this map thrusts some nostalgia as well as some specific familiarity on you, with it being over a decade since it came out. There's some good in these maps, and I'm here to claw and dig and mine it out like a diamond in the bottom of the cave. Epic reference, am I right, gamers? I'm nostalgic for these maps, and deep down, I know you are too. How did they change the game? Let's find out. When it comes to nostalgia, especially in gaming, I honestly think that even things you dislike trigger the same feelings as things you like. I'd say it's more of a neutral term that often gets associated with more positive things. It's tough to explain and understand, but I feel that way about Tranzit and Die Rise, and like I said, I know you probably do too. From things like new content, fresh content, co-op funny moments, and being at the will of each of these maps, there's a lot of good in these maps if you really look into them. But I'm gonna go back for a second. Back in 2012, seeing Tranzit for the first time just fucking busted my 14-year-old nuts with all the crazy crap that was introduced, like buildables, the bus, the denizens, the Avogadro, the bank, the weapon stash system. It really opened the gate to what the future of CoD Zombies would hold. There was shit to look for, and it changed the game from being a little less linear, like it was in World at War and BO1, to more of a quest to do things and find stuff. Not only at the time was this new content, but it was fresh content. Unlike the shit we get nowadays, where it's just remastered old content. And I'll get into that a little later on. And because of all the new and fancy stuff that they added into Tranzit, it gave it a really high learnable ceiling. That is what interested me in the map when I was young. A fellow YouTuber by the name of the Lucario Project made a video criticizing the Smith Plays deconstruction of Tranzit. And in the video, Lucario talks about literally all of the raw data from the map and pretty much how to play this map efficiently without having to run into problems that the average player runs into. I'll get into that a little more later, but my point is, back then, the curiosity of zombies that stemmed from World at War to Black Ops 1, even in Tranzit, was alive and well. Even in Transit was alive and well. Things like denizens in the fog and the lamp teleporters and the bus itself being the main transportation had secrets as well. And speaking of the bus, this is what you relied on to get around. You can't call it, you can't start it when you get on. You are at the mercy of Ted when you get on his bus, and God forbid you fuck around with him, because you will find out and he'll throw your ass out. I think this is where the fun begins. Lots of shenanigans happen on the bus when you're playing in co-op. They're really funny, and they definitely were really funny back in the day.
Oh my god, we have to...
Speedy, you got something on you!
Oh god, Mom!
Oh god, it's on me! Fuck that, I'm leaving.
Bye, have a great day.
I'm talking like shooting and knifing Ted so he throws you off the bus. I'm talking when you miss the bus, but your friends make it on the bus, and they just see you just in the distance fading away. You see them fading away, and you get caught up with the denizens. I'm talking the Avogadro comes by and stops the bus, so all of you fucking scatter like roaches, and nobody's gonna fucking get there and knife him enough, even though that's what you gotta do. You're just a fucking 14-year-old kid screaming and shit. You're just having fun. You're not gonna worry about that. You just gotta have fun, freak out. Transit had a thing about it that made it so that you were at the will of this map and not the other way around. But to be honest, that's what made it fun. Shit just be happening on Transit. And if you ain't going with the flow of the map, then you're kind of fucked. You got maps like Origins, where you can call the tank and start the generators and do all of that yourself. The bus, however, that shit just goes and goes. And I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about it. You had no control over the, I would say, keystone of the map, the bus. But if you're playing on co-op, that shit was funny as fuck back in the day. Man, it was honestly a lot of fun not trying to take this map seriously, because when you start to take it seriously, then, man, I'm not gonna lie, it gets pretty rough. But that's also another thing, right? Like, this map is really fun co-op. Like, I would say the fun levels are a lot higher when you're in co-op than you are in solo. It can be fun solo, but a lot of times you're just having some fun when you're with your friends. When you're on solo, you tend to try to take it a little more seriously because you're just by yourself. But you can have fun on solo if you want to. But like I said, if you try to take the map seriously a lot of the times, then you're not gonna have a whole lot of fun here and there. You miss the bus, you're fucked. You don't get jug until the last fucking stop. And at the last stop, there's no fucking guns there. The jet gun sucks. The lava sucks. Pack-a-punch. We don't even talk about Pack-a-punch. And oh yeah, trust me, I know how to work the Pack-a-punch. I know how to cheese it, but I got some shit to say later on about it. Like, when you start putting all these things into consideration, you can see why people dislike this map so much. But here's the thing. The reason I find this map so interesting is, like I said before, this map has a huge learnable ceiling. And the reason for that is because of the fact that this was both new content and fresh content. I alluded to that earlier, but what I mean by that is it's new content in the sense where it's a new map that released in a new game, but it was fresh because they added in all of these new, fresh mechanics like the bus, buildables, denizens, lamp travel, bank system. All that stuff kind of wasn't there in World at War Black Ops 1. Were some of these annoying? Yes, of course, but you can't lie and say that these weren't innovative. Going back to Lucario Project, he shows so much shit with like the times the bus stays around, to the right way to move around the map holding the turbine without the denizens messing with you as much because you're moving faster and you can knife quicker. And geez, how could I forget about fucking perma perks, dude?
You see this gameplay right here? Both of those were started from Bus Depot at the exact same time, doing a full loop around the map. And you can see already the difference between running with a turbine out versus not running with a turbine out. It is the year 2020. And you, among with pretty much every other Zombies YouTuber that hates on Transit, does not understand this. You do realize that the turbine has an AoE. That means you can place it next to the 74U wall by, and it'll still be able to power that door. Right? If you don't have a fresh turbine, it's gonna expend all of its energy trying to open the Pack-a-Punch door multiple times because it keeps turning off. And that is why everyone thinks that the turbine is just really bad and really weak.
There are quite a few things in his video that he points out as strategies to be better at the map, and I honestly think it's super interesting. Side note, Lucario, I think this was a great video. I like that I'm not the only one who really liked Johnny J's video enough to want to parody it. So shouts to that. I really enjoyed this video. But here's the thing, right? If I'm the average player, learning that in order to play this map seriously without stressing, I have to keep the turbine on me at all times so that I can use it to open the door that I already turned the power on for just for me to make the bust in time. And if I miss it, I have to hold my shit out and knife these fuckers back until I get to my next stop. But at the same time, I have to keep the turbine there at the AK-74U walleye instead of where the game is trying to tell me to keep the turbine in order to open the pack-a-punch. So I don't have a turbine to fight the denizens because I missed the bus, because I left the turbine there. If I learned I had to do all that, I'm getting off. I'm turning off the game. I'm playing Kino. Like, if I'm the average player and I learned that, there ain't no fucking way, dude. Get me off this map. But if you're someone like the Lucario Project who takes a big interest in finding little secrets and finding small glitches or loopholes in the game's mechanics in order to make things easier for you in the map, then maybe Tranzit is onto something here. Maybe they're cooking a little bit. On this scale of average player to hardcore player, I'm kind of more so in the middle, like slightly above average in terms of my willingness to try things out despite the game's missteps. You know, a little above average when it comes to my willingness to think outside the box and put an effort into making the map fun. I'll do some things for sure, but there's a limit to that for me, and man, sometimes it just ain't worth it to me. But that's the thing about Tranzit. All these mechanics can really satisfy someone's curiosity about finding new things about the map, which really encapsulates the draw, the CoD Zombies as a whole, the curiosity and mystery. And I think Tranzit could use a little more love. And I think Tranzit, even though people dislike it, encapsulates that whole philosophy that Call of Duty Zombies started with, that curiosity and mystery. Bro, like, why do you think there's a whole goddamn iceberg for Tranzit? Okay, this shit just adds up. Like I said, I think Tranzit could use a little more love, which is why I'm glad to see a remaster coming along. But right after Tranzit, we have another map, Die Rise. Is Die Rise any different, or do they share this same sentiment? Now this is what I call epic. Honestly, Die Rise and I have an interesting relationship. I really do get the hate behind it, just like I do with Tranzit. But unlike with Tranzit, I actually have some non-nostalgic liking for this map. Like, I kind of have that with Tranzit, but I kind of legitimately like Die Rise. It has a lot of quirks that give it a lot of personality, and I like that sort of thing when it comes to a map. Just something about its atmosphere, its lore, and even though the gameplay can be a bit of a headache a lot of the time, I still really like Die Rise. Now, this section won't be as long because I'm kind of just going to apply the same sentiment as I did to Tranzit. Similar to Tranzit, Johnny J25, a fellow YouTuber. I say fellow, but like he acting like we're friends or something. Johnny J25, who is a Zombies YouTuber, made a video also calling out the Smith plays. And I have to say, this video is actually so fucking funny. I fucking love it. And it's gotta be one of my favorite Zombies related videos on YouTube. It is actually so fucking funny. If you're someone like Johnny J who loves Die Rise, you'll find a way to play it just like Lucario Project with Tranzit, okay? If you like it, you'll find a way to like it. And just like Tranzit, Die Rise has a high learnable ceiling. And just like Tranzit, this map again had some innovation. The main one obviously being a vertical map having to work your way down or up the map depending on which way you went. You had a little more control over the map than you did with Tranzit, but you also relied on the elevators that kind of move on their own. And you have to navigate your way down to the right perk or pack-a-punch, which is kind of randomly placed in each elevator shaft. You also have a key to call the elevator to the floor that you're on. But guys, what the fuck? This is a one-time use item. What were we thinking? I think the main gripe about this map that people have is that it's so hard to get from one side of the map to the other side of the map. And if you're playing co-op and someone dies across the map, he is gone. He is dead for good. There's no fucking way you are gonna get this man. Which is why I guess they made Who's Who. But guys, this perk is ass. This perk sucks, dude. Like I love the idea of who's who, right? But what the fuck? It's a risk reward perk, which is cool, I guess. But I feel like perks shouldn't have any risk at all. It just should be all reward. Zombies is supposed to be this like just kind of like power fantasy sort of deal. It's obviously some skill involved with it, but like you just get big gun and shoot and get perk that really buff you up, and that's it. I feel like there shouldn't, I don't know, I feel like there shouldn't be a whole lot of risk reward in especially the perks. Maybe in other areas, but maybe not the perks. But as annoying as it is, innovative, it truly was. We'd never seen a perk like that before. And just like Tranzit again, the map is fun co-op, but you can struggle playing solo. Like I said, there's a really high fun ceiling when you're playing co-op, and there's kind of like a medium high fun ceiling when you're playing solo. But if you try to take the map seriously, sometimes it bites you in the ass. Although I do think I prefer taking Die Rise seriously over Tranzit. I just think it's a little bit more solo friendly. It's pretty fun with all the shenanigans of, you know, just falling and jumping and shit. There's a casual side of which I can get behind the frustration with it. And then the hardcore side, which, like I said, they'll do anything to make it so that they can have fun on this map and make it easier. And there are a lot of strategies you can use, which are really cool and interesting, and which is why I can't say I hate Die Rise. I like it. You got like the Tramplestein strategies. You can jump from places where I didn't even know you could jump to, and it's just like cool. But I definitely remember having a lot of fun back in the day playing with friends, and I think that is the true strength of Die Rise and Tranzit, the co-op mode. But again, I'm in the middle. I like Die Rise a little more than Tranzit, but even this map is rough when you're playing it a couple times over after 10 years. But I mean, hey, clearly they got something here. And I say clearly for two reasons. Have you seen this map or this map or this map or any map after this game? You see all the stuff that's in them? Man, that's Tranzit. Man, that's Die Rise. We wouldn't be here without these maps, with all these mechanics. Remember I was talking about familiarity? Yeah, all this stuff. That's Tranzit. That started there. That's what I'm talking about. They changed the game. So put some respect on his name. The second reason I say clearly is because there's something about these maps that we can all agree on that makes them so great. You know, why do you think they're getting a remaster? I think it's more because of the missed opportunities that the maps had that they could have explored, which at least proves my point that they had something simmering in here, not cooking. They had something simmering enough to warrant a whole remake of the map. Now, I do think there's a third reason why I say clearly, and I hinted on it earlier in the video, and I intend on following up on it.
This attraction is great. So many guys I can.
No, not this one, not this one. This one.
Bring zombies.
When we're waiting for the bus, we gotta build shit up. We gotta build shit up. We gotta build shit up. When we up in the bus, zombies looking at us. They watching us. Dead eyes on us.
Now, riding with moral tuning.
Misty bitch. Oh yeah.
I don't think that it can be understated how much people absolutely loved early BO2. And this just speaks for itself, honestly. Just look. Is this cursed? Yes. Is it good? Maybe. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. It's a certified hood classic. Bro, imagine making a whole parody of a song for the map Tranzit. This fully, without a shadow of a doubt, proves the intrigue for the map Tranzit and Die Rise. Now, they also made ones for the rest of the maps in BO2, but this one right here. Like, you're an OG if you remember this, dude. It's actually insane how much love we had for BO2 Zombies back in the day. Honestly, they truly had something special. Even though everyone unanimously dislikes the map, you can't argue the numbers. And that's my whole point to this video. These maps may be infamous in the zombies community, but let's not pretend like they didn't pave the way for Origins or Der Eisendrache or Mob of the Dead, the greatest zombie maps of all time. Like, let's not pretend like they didn't start that whole process right there, okay? Love them or hate them, Tranzit and Die Rise exist. I like them. I don't love them as much as I do Origins, but I don't hate them as much as I do fucking Vanguard. Or I would even say Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Which one is worse? I'll leave that up to you. Actually, I might make a video about that. But love them or hate them, they're here and they're getting remastered. So you're gonna see them again, okay? We gotta appreciate the fact that people wanna go this far to remaster these maps and bring us new content. Or even just try to work on Treyarch's old mistakes. We gotta be thankful that these maps exist. And, you know, I think we need to start taking a look at Tranzit and Die Rise and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I was a little too harsh on you. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But that's it. If you guys like this video, you like this thought, I try to give like a unique perspective on things that I don't really see a whole lot in the zombies community. And obviously I see a lot of like, you know, hate towards Die Rise and Tranzit. And I also see a lot of support from specific people, aka Johnny J25 and the Lucario project for Tranzit and Die Rise. So I don't know. I feel like I like to offer some unique sort of take. At least I think. If you guys think so, please let me know. If you have any different opinions about this topic, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to make like a Q&A, or I would love to make like a video talking about the comments that you guys leave. I would love doing that at some point. But please like and subscribe if you like this type of content, if you like my perspective on things. More stuff is coming. More stuff is coming. Don't you worry. But thank you guys for watching so very much. I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the very end. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for more of this stuff. I'm feeling motivated again to get back on my bullshit. And Lex, if you're watching this, thanks for watching. And I got some more shit for you, okay? Your boy Clambo is out of here. See ya.
You are now riding with moral tenant.
Misty bitch.